All right, welcome to the Theater School Rejects podcast, car alarm edition. I just came to do a show at Flappers and it was canceled, but I ran into Amanda Cohen.
Hey!
And so she's joining me for the podcast extraordinaire in a parking garage and probably a little bit in Macy's. All right, tell us about what's going on with you. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. The last time I performed was at that yoga studio.
Yeah, at the Theater School Rejects. Yeah, the show.
With the big purple lit up heart. It was lovely.
Well, for one of our shows, it was Christmas, and one of the friends of the comics went and decorated it as like a Christmas heart with like red and white. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And do you remember Dave, the flute guy?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, there was a guy who performed semi-regularly. He would play a flute. And he's now continuing on the traditions. I stopped doing shows there, and he's doing like a sort of variety show with like music acts.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
Yeah, and comics.
Awesome.
I did a couple of the shows, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I've actually done a variety show, the Wednesday night one down in LA. It was Scott and Harry's Booby Trap.
No, I don't know about it.
It's an amazing variety show, and every act gets only 4 minutes. I'm like, I've been training for this my whole life. 4 minutes, no problem. But I'm actually going to be doing that next week on Christmas Day. They have a show the night of Christmas Day, and I'll be doing a stand-up set as Mrs. Claus.
Oh my God!
I've actually done it twice the past week, and it's basically angry Mrs. Claus.
Have you seen Whitney Avalon's rap battles?
Fun fact, I knew Whitney Avalon back when she was, she had a different last name. It was my last name, no relation. She came to...
Wait, I was all on Twitter. I was like, is she your sister?
No, I wish, no. But I met her many, many years ago. She came to one of my Weird Al Yankovic fan conventions.
Wait, you used to run Weird Al Yankovic fan conventions?
Yeah, I did. I produced 3 of them.
Wow, I did not know that. You're moving up the ranks of my favorite people.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, the first one was in 98. The second one was 2000. The third one was 2002. And after that, I just couldn't afford to do it anymore. But it was so much fun.
So they lost money?
They didn't. They broke even. But when I was producing them, I had had a day job where I didn't have to do a lot of work. So
Time involved, yeah.
A lot of time working on the clock, as it were. I didn't have that anymore, so that made it very difficult. Suddenly, when it's my own time,
Yeah, I have very little time, and my time does not need to be spent promoting Weird Al when I'm trying to promote myself. But anyway, so you knew Whitney Avalon. She came to I could see her coming to a Weird Al convention.
Yeah.
That would be on brand.
Yeah, she was awesome. She even, we would have auctions. Al gave us stuff to auction off.
Yeah.
And one year he gave us one of the costumes that one of the models wore in the video for All About the Pentiums, with little tiny silver numbers. And Whitney modeled one of those for the auction because it fit her so perfectly. And we have photos of that somewhere.
Oh, post on Facebook.
I don't know if she'd want me to. No, she looks fabulous.
Just text it to me.
Okay, I'll send it to
you. And I'll promise not to share it with anybody.
Yeah, you'll share it with everybody.
I will not share it with everybody.
No, she looks fabulous.
What's creepier? If I say I won't share it with anybody, or if I promise to put it on Facebook?
You know
You
what?
tell me.
Either way, that's pretty bad. You're right.
We've only got, I guess, about 3 more minutes to kind of walk
okay.
in, to walk in, then walk back out.
Okay.
It's apparently 9:20.
Oh, okay.
So let's take a loop around the Santa thing.
Sweet.
And anyway, but she has those Santa Claus rap battles. She's like Mrs. Claus versus Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I found out about the Mrs. Claus one when it was too late.
That's what's kind of bringing up. Like, you could have been.
I could have been.
But I think she did a second one with Mrs. Claus just recently.
She has a Mrs. Claus.
No, wait, no. Who's the? They did. Oh no, it was. Oh, no. Well, just because usually they're like these hot princesses.
Yeah.
And
it's
but they
a
also.
brilliant idea.
But then they did one where it was. Just the most recent one, The Wicked Witch of the West versus the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
And she was obviously more of a plus body type,
Yeah,
Queen of Hearts.
No,
So let's just kind of circle around here.
A brilliant thing going on.
Oh, and she gets these celebrities, like
I
Buffy the
know.
Vampire Slayer was on it, and
You mean
Faye.
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no one knows who Sarah Michelle Gellar is, but everyone knows who Buffy the Vampire Slayer is. At least
I
who listens
know
to
who
this
Sarah
podcast.
Michelle Gellar is.
Well,
She's
it's easier for me
Buffy
to-
the Vampire Slayer.
Well, then why would I have to do 2 steps?
I knew. You didn't have to dumb it down for me. If you'd said Sarah Michelle Gellar, I would have went, oh,
I
you
have
mean
an
Buffy.
audience of like 4 people here. I got to pander.
Are you telling me you think your audience is dumb?
No.
That's what you just said, that you said you had to dumb
I'm
it
saying
down.
they don't want to do the logic of figuring out remembering names of actresses when they can just remember the character instead.
Okay, fine.
I'm
Sarah
saying they're
Michelle
lazy.
Gellar is Buffy.
And probably stoned.
I don't know about that, but...
No, I was referring to my audience.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Sarah Michelle Gellar was stoned, and
She might have
she
been.
might have a word to say about that if you say that.
Well,
Is
okay.
the goal of this podcast to get sued, or...
Is there a faster way to get my name out there?
No, and you would know.
Are you kidding? Doug X sued by Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That actually mean not bad. Would not be bad.
Lawyer slayed by Vampire Slayer.
Stake to the heart.
Oh man, dare to dream. So anyway,
I've never actually been in this Macy's. Can you believe it?
well, see, new experiences on the podcast,
Pretty. It's quieter than the garage, a little bit.
and less car alarms.
You know, the idea of picking a color for your furniture, as opposed to just finding the one you can afford, this is all foreign to me.
Yeah, I figure.
It's like the idea of, a kitchen where things match, a living room where there's a sofa and a chair. Who has these luxuries?
Well, I have like a table and chairs from Target, and they match because they're both white acrylic. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, well, no, everything I have that matches is from IKEA. I'm very good at building IKEA.
Anyway, we got shopping. So Whitney Avalon does
Yeah.
great stuff.
Yeah.
And but what have you been doing? So you're Mrs. Claus, and you're gonna be Mrs. Claus again.
I'm going to be Mrs. Claus on Christmas Day for the last time this season, 3rd time.
Okay, and anything else?
Let's see. I'm supposed to be at Flappers on Christmas Eve. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's going to be a hard sell. We may be alone there, but oh well.
I think I did a Christmas Eve show here at Flappers I was producing, and like we had to get more than 10 people not to get canceled.
Yeah.
And we got like 11 people at the last second,
Ah,
so we were able to
that's
do the
good.
show.
yeah.
I agreed to do the 4th Wednesday of the month,
Yeah.
and it was just rolled into the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Wednesday before Christmas.
That's inconvenient.
And I'm just
Yep.
like,
Well, this year Christmas and New Year's are on Wednesdays. So, like I said, I have shows for those. I'll be downtown at Booby Trap.
all right, well, can people find you on Twitter or Facebook or anything?
Yeah, on Twitter and on Instagram, I have the same name. It was suggested to me at some point. I am Amanda Cohen 27. And if you ask Whitney, she can tell you why it's 27. But it's-
I'm a fan of her YouTube, which is like along with like 5 million other people. I don't have any personal connection.
Oh, you've never met her?
No.
Oh, maybe I should try and introduce you.
You
sometime.
totally should. Tell her,
I mean,
look,
not that I hang out with her. I
No, like,
I run
hey,
into her once in a while.
there's a stand-up comic and a lawyer, and he's, does a podcast with 40 listeners,
I thought you said it was 4.
40 subscribers.
Now it's 40?
No, 42 subscribers.
42. Well, it gets better every second.
No, but subscribers don't all listen.
Well, what? Hey, you subscribers, start listening. Why would you subscribe and not listen?
Well, they may have subscribed at one point and listened, and then realized they should stop, but
And
didn't
then
go to
bailed.
bother of unsubscribing. They didn't care enough to unsubscribe.
Oh.
They just stopped listening.
Oh, that's painful.
That's all right.
Hey, everybody, honking in a garage doesn't help anybody. Quit it.
And in case you can't figure out where to find me, which is odd, listen to the podcast, at Love is Cthulhu on Twitter, Doug X. All right, and that's our podcast.